Hello everybody. How are we all doing? I'm hoping very well. Yes, I know the video is still going. That is by design. That is through plan. And yeah, welcome to deadline day, I suppose. There we go. There I am. How are we all doing? Are we all feeling good? Are we feeling bad? Are we feeling middle? I'm currently in a sort of position. It's a bit of an odd one. Just jamming out. Very nice, Mingsu. Hello, Hannah. Now linked with Armstrong from the Saints. I saw that and I was like, that's a little bit of a weird one. I feel like that's not one that we end up doing, but we'll have to find out. Good evening, Chris Heslington. A bit early for the evening. I will also be streaming in the evening, but this is a early in the day stream with a later one set to come. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a lunchtime update for some sort of important things. What the news there, I will be honest, has not been a ton at the moment. There are various things flying about. I'll cover the new-ish emergences, including Alex Crook from TalkSport saying that Leeds are pushing hard for Cameron Archer, but at the moment it is more likely he stays at Southampton. Now, a little bit of that issue comes from a source that I am aware of, having a discussion with people at West Ham. And it looks like Danny Ings now might not be on the move to Southampton, which would obviously mean that Southampton aren't getting that senior number 9 in. And if Southampton don't get that senior number 9, then the dominoes don't fall as far as Cameron Archer coming to Leeds, which is a bit of a weird one. But we can talk about that in a little bit more detail later on. I'm just going to do some headlines first. Then, in addition to that, there is the weird little thing about Willie Gnonto that happened earlier, where apparently he was a little bit connected with some various, like, I don't even know. He was connected with some, like, Saudi sides, which felt odd because, like, we're not going to sell him today, let's be completely honest here. And it felt even more odd when we found out that we've apparently put a price tag on him, but the price tag is ridiculously high. The price for Willie Gnonto that we have set for other clubs to try and match is a firm you're not having him price of something like £50 million, which would make him Leeds United's record sale off the top of my head, which makes sense because he's not someone that we're going to be selling on today. It would be absolutely wild, purely because, I mean, Gnonto is a very good player, seems to like it here, has definitely been an increasingly significant part of the side. Yeah, there's not too much to say on that one, to be honest with you. He's not going to go to Saudi Arabia. This is known, and I'm feeling fairly comfy on that front. About to say new radio station. That's the thing. I've got all sorts of stuff that I can play. I've got all sorts in the media assets file. We've got, we're feeling a bit bouncy. We've got the normal intro stuff. We've got a bit of a boppy one. Yeah. One of the standard ones, which I quite like. That's always a fun intro. Peppermint Parkway, which is also another quite fun one. And then a sad one, which is what many people are feeling. But yeah, I'm going to straight if it was really not. Oh yeah, that would really not be evening though. We signing anyone or not? I don't know anymore. You see, I was very confident. I'm now increasingly less confident, but I think there's still conversations to be had. Still very clearly have an interest in the Cameron Archer move. Apparently we've now been linked with Armstrong, which I've not seen anything of, which is a very weird one. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one. And the worst bit is, right, the sad part that is sort of bugging me is I've got an envelope right here. It was an envelope from the doctors initially. But on the back of said envelope, I've written every single flight that was yesterday evening planned to arrive at Leeds Bradford Airport today. And not one of them has changed. We've had nothing private happening. There was one sort of private one that was quite odd, but I don't know. I know what we'll do. Harrison back after a long dealing with Everton will be like a new signing. That's not going to happen. Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to come back. Afternoon, getting the feeling we're going to get no one in this window. It'll cost us. I don't think it'll cost us. I genuinely think we still have a good enough squad. Like, at the start of the season, everyone was basically saying, we've got the best squad in the league. I don't think that's changed. Like, I think even though we've had a few various signings from various clubs, we are still the strongest side at the minute. And are basically, like, unmatched, and I feel quite good about it. Anything on the Davitashvili links? Let's have a quick look. Davitashvili. Yeah, this is going to be the first of several streams that I'm doing today. I've not seen anything about us signing Davitashvili. And there's nothing hugely in the news saying that it's one that's particularly likely either. Yeah, when I search Davitashvili, I get a lot of Levan Davitashvili, which is the Georgian economy minister. But it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Oh, I forgot about Rafinha for 60. Yeah, fair enough. What's the point of not signing anyone in the window? We never do. I mean, you say this. We did sign someone last January and the January before that. Like, it does happen. It just tends to happen incredibly late and often not the people it needs to be, which is tough and complicated. I might be checking my other monitors at various points purely because there's some various work things that I need to keep an eye on in the background. I apologise for that. So I'm confident we'll get a couple, and I feel pretty deflated and worried in case we do get, in case we do a lead regarding injuries in the coming couple of months. The one position that I feel properly spooked about as having an injury in is the 10. I'm not trying to get in your pants. This is meant to be a depressing one. We can go more depressing if we want. There we go. This is a bit less in your pants, isn't it? This is slightly less shagged music. No, in all seriousness, goodbye funeral march. I've also got something a little bit more upbeat. Give it a minute. I don't know how long it takes to get to the bit that I'm aiming for here, but it's fine. Armstrong could help us. Could happen if somebody lived in the northeast. I don't know about Armstrong. I don't know if I want Armstrong. I'll be honest with you. Interested in signing Adam Armstrong from Southampton on deadline day, according to Craig Hope. The Daily Mail journalist reported via the newspaper's live transfer blog on Monday that he could leave the Saints before the transfer window closed at 1. Not 11. Not 1. 11. Sorry. Thanks, Brian. Okay. Adam Armstrong. Not Stuart Armstrong. There's two Armstrongs. Need to keep that remembered. Is it the bit I want it to be at? Nope. We'll keep an ear out, though. I don't know about Adam Armstrong. I know he's decent, but he's never especially stood out to me as someone that I'm like, oh, we need to sign him. And if we were to sign him, like, I know he did well in the Championship last season, scored 21, 13 assists. But the difference between him and him and Archer, in my eyes, is sort of the level that they can reach. So I think Armstrong is at the peak of his potential. He's not going to get better, whereas Archer can, and Archer is already a reasonable Championship player. We get nothing press tomorrow. Will be great to see. Is the presser tomorrow? Because I know we're playing on Wednesday, and I thought you needed like a day and a bit of space between presser and match. Have a look. Where are we? Leeds United official live. No, I mean it would be weird if there was a presser today, because the presser today would be, "Are we signing anyone?" Not going to tell you. Which, I mean, that's fair enough. That's how you do a presser as a manager, but it's not doing the bit on this song. It's sort of a shame. We're not anymore, which is good. It's a good place for us to be. That'll be us at 11 p.m. I'll make a deal with you, right? If at 11 p.m. we haven't signed anyone, then it'll be the funeral music. If at 11 p.m. we have signed someone, then I'm going to pull out the French national anthem. We'll do the Marseillaise if we do sign someone. Sod it, it'll be fine. Wouldn't mind Armstrong for cover on that. Yeah, it'd have to be a for cover thing, because I don't think he's an improvement over Brendan Aronson for me. That's at least where I'm sat on it. Remember when Southampton fans said he was better than Rutter? Yeah, that was wild. Being like, yeah, but because last season he would have been 26. Yeah, but our 26-year-old is significantly better than your French youngster that is one of the most creative players in this division. Shut up, Southampton. Get relegated. There's a good non-existent club. Well done. Press it tomorrow. Okie dokie, I'll keep an eye on that then. Usually 2 days before a match if on TV or Saturday 3 PM. It's a rescheduled though, so 24 hours is normal. I forgot it was a rescheduled match. It's because of the Millwall match, isn't it? Okay. Oh, that's going to be weird. So Tuesday we've got a presser, Wednesday we've got a match, Thursday we've got a presser. Music's not doing the thing. I keep waiting for it to do it, and it's not going to. It will eventually. And when it does, it's going to be a bop in here. But can't do anything about it. Or is it? Are you going to do the thing? We'll find out. I'm trying to set a mood here. Taking that as a no. You're going out burgling after the stream. I am absolutely. I'm going to personally go to Southampton and rob them of all of their good players, which is Cameron Archer. But you know what? That'll be job done. That'll be the one player that we needed, so it's fine. Yeah, all right, Ryan. How's it going? Vangabus. I can't. Ooh, that's the thing. If we get promoted, do I get demonetized on this stream by playing the Vangabus? It feels risky. I'll be honest with you. I'm not completely sure that'd be worth it. Top 5 national line. Oh, right. Let's have an analysis here. Italy, good shout. Very, very strong shout. France, also very strong national anthem. Argentina, not heard that much, I'll be completely honest with you. Scotland, I don't know if I agree with. It's reasonable, but it's nothing like super special. And then USA. I don't like the American one. It's quite generic and standard. Don't particularly enjoy it that much. Godflow won't sign anyone, unfortunately. We tried excuses. Right, okay. Right. I'm going to cover this one off now. I'm going to cover this off relatively early, so I don't have to say it every half an hour on the stream. Although I feel like I will anyway. One, we've got very clear evidence that they have made bids for their main target, which is fine. That's all they can do. We also know that they have reportedly shown an interest in Spurtjan? I think that's his name. I keep forgetting Spurtjan's name. The music's not doing the thing yet, but it's gotten dramatic, which I quite enjoy. But everyone shouting the words "we tried" and excuses and all that kind of stuff, you can try. But you don't have to throw all of your time and attention into a player that isn't going to be good enough. Because as much as, yeah, in the moment, it would have felt better to sign Iheanacho than nobody. But at the end of the day, if Iheanacho is still not good enough, then you've just done what we did with Connor Roberts. Everyone was happy with signing Connor Roberts on the day. On the day of signing Connor Roberts, fantastic. But now, everyone looks back at the Connor Roberts signing and goes, why did we do that? He wasn't good enough. So there's no point us throwing money into a player that isn't going to be the standard that we need. Purely because it feels more good to do that. No and no. Next, please. What are we knowing and knowing? You can't just shout the words no. You've not covered anything there, bud. Is it doing the thing? There we go. This is hopefully the vibe when it comes to 11 PM. And we have signed Cameron Archer, and we have signed Spurtjan, and we have signed. What else have we been linked with? Another number 10. Someone. I don't know. But this is going to be the vibe. We're all going to be stood up. We're all going to be dancing. It's going to be a celebration. Emotion. guarantee them the 3rd of February. That's the goal. And if it doesn't happen, we'll just go up anyway with the players that are already at Club Arch, because we are good enough to do that. Let's not knock things over. The things that we are good enough at, we will continue to do. This'll do it. This'll do it. This is the way of putting it. There is no need to play any more football this season. If we sign someone, just send us up by default. Let's save everyone the time and effort. You send us up. You send up one of Sheffield United or Sunderland. Both of them. Don't give Burnley the opportunity. And up we go. Emotion. And Leeds will be Premier League once more. And for me, not a question. It's not a prediction. It's not a debate. It's a promise. Up we go. That felt dramatic. That felt very dramatic. That felt kind of cool. I'll be honest with you guys. Admittedly, it took quite some time for the song to get there, but you know what? I liked that. That was a vibe. I enjoyed our little dramatic moment of the can. That was wonderful. Now I need to make sure there is a version of the Marseillais that I'm able to play on stream, because fuck it, we'll find someone. It'll be fine. What have I missed? You've missed quite a lot. Earlier on we had a funeral. Then we had a rousing speech to the can. Thank you, Righteouswood. I appreciate it. Do we sell Gnonto for 20 million? Who would you buy for 20? Is there anyone? Not at the moment. I'd wait till summer. Because selling Gnonto now would give us very little time to get something across the line. Especially when that's an extra hole that would need to be plugged, unless you want to say, you know what, Sam Chambers, you can take that job. I thought the Spurgeon deal was a no-go. Yeah, it probably is. But I've run out of players that I could think of when I was doing my dramatic can speech. So he was one of the only players that I could actively think of. So we just rolled with it, and we got to see how that ends up. But yeah, Spurgeon is looking like a probably not. I'll be completely honest with you. That seems to be the case from everywhere that I've seen. I don't mind that too much. The Saudi window closed on the 30th of January. Did it? Are we sure? Oh shit. Okay. So why was there a rumor earlier that there was Saudis in? Whatever, doesn't matter. Basically, Gnonto's not leaving. That's all we need to know. But yeah, I'm going to have a quick look on Flight Radar and just see if Team Jetwash have anything that is going on at the minute. But it is, nope, I got optimistic for a second there. You know why I shouldn't have done that? Because it is still exactly the same as it was last night, with no further jets coming in. There was one quite interesting one, right? This one being a slightly different one to standard. This one being a prop rather than a jet, which means propeller. But of interest is the fact that it's flying down to Bournemouth at like 4 p.m, lands a little bit before 5, stays there for 50 minutes, sets off back at about 6, and gets to Leeds at 7. And that is the most, like, done to pick someone up flight plan I've ever seen. Like, going down and then within an hour coming back is very weird. I feel like it's not going to be anything, to be completely clear with you. Like, I had a chat with someone who said it's probably just a business flight. But I think from a jet watching point of view, it's a potentially fun, interesting one, you know? It's one that's worth keeping an eye on, I'd say. And I will promise you, if Leeds do end up making a move, and we do end up with something being like borderline confirmed, and it does involve a plane. In fact, I'll do it as a poll. Do it as a poll. If there is a plane later, do we jet watch? Yes or no? And I am absolutely all for that. That could be an adventure. I'm very, very pumped for that idea. Because last time it was fun. Last time we just vibed and we had a hangout and like everyone popped on in, and maybe I'm having memories of it that are nicer than like you guys experienced it. But that was the day that I got past like 5,000 subscribers, and that was like really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. So I am more than willing to do one of those again. That was good fun. Pete wants a flight watch by the look of it. James Ward-Prowse had his loan at Forest cut short. Leeds should go in for him. I disagree. Because Ward-Prowse, I don't know if he's a proper 10 anymore, or if he ever really was. So if I hop over to goodfriendwhoscored.com and pull up Ward-Prowse, because they will show where he's been playing. Yeah, he's mainly just played in the middle of the park. He's had a little bit of time at defensive midfield, but I don't know if that's a good idea, because then that's just another 8 that probably doesn't get minutes. Like, sure, he's got decent set pieces, but across the rest of the park, what is his hair doing? Come on, behave. This is, ever since I had it cut at some point last week, I've not been able to, like, tame it. But yeah, I don't know if he'd add that much. And it's a weird thing to say, but he's the set piece guy for me. And set pieces would be nice to improve, but at the same time, to score the set pieces, you need the players in the box doing the thing for it to happen. So I don't see that. Potter wants him back. This is a fair point, yeah. No. No. I think we are currently in a position where there is a reason. One of the things that is most emphasized by Daniel Farker is the character of the players that we sign. And Ivan Toney is not a good character. Ivan Toney, and I'm putting the betting stuff aside because gambling can be an addiction, and sure, it would be best if he got beyond that. But he very, very constantly, even outside of that, was like, well, you see, I do hate it at Brentford. And this is whilst he was like Brentford's key player. So I think if we were to sign someone like an Ivan Toney, I'd be a bit like, even if right now we signed Ivan Toney, I don't think I'd be super happy with it. Because yeah, he's a quality player that would add to the side, but he's also a bit of a dick. And I feel like we currently have a squad that we can quite like, and that would cause some fairly significant issues for that, in my opinion. That would not make things any easier. If you rather jump to Pizza Express on Sunday, you get a free pizza. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Sack the barber. It's fine enough. Like, I quite like it, but it's not. It doesn't behave quite as well, you know. Leeds now owing Adam Armstrong. Yeah, we had a little bit of a chat on this. I'm not super convinced by us potentially looking at Armstrong, and this isn't saying that I'm not super convinced by the rumor, because I'm sure that does exist. I'm not super convinced it would be a good idea. It's just like, he's sure decent player, but firmly for me in the territory of Championship and doesn't do much above it. So if we were to get him on a loan, would be ideal, and even then, maybe he would want some like assurances of playtime, which I don't think he gets, because I don't think he's as good as Aronson. Like, in terms of like pure finishing, Armstrong probably better. Like, let's admit this. But in terms of movement and off the ball stuff, I lean hard into Aronson, I think, at the very least. Let's jump around the various bits of news that are happening there. No, Tony, ever. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is the same spot as me, to be honest. Like, no, thank you. Ivan's a bit of a knob, so it's not really worth it. John Light updates on transfers. A little bit of a chat about clubs having a potential interest in Willie Gnonto, and we basically said no, unless you want to give us £50 million. And the Archer stuff, we still hold an interest as far as I've read, but it's not a move that we are super optimistic about, is the way that I'm going to phrase that. Which kind of sucks, because I quite like him. I've come to enjoy the idea of Cameron Archer. But if it isn't to happen, it isn't to be, and that's completely fine. I think we get Archer over the line. I think the club are playing it down to the press just in case. The way Farker spoke recently about potential additions, it felt like things were in motion. It did. But since then, various behind-the-scenes folk have sort of discussed stuff and been like, yeah, it was significantly more likely than it is now. So I think things have shifted in the direction that we don't necessarily want them to shift, and that's not a good place to be at the second. Yeah, this is another weird one, right? So Armstrong also has interest from Sunderland and Borough, which makes sense. They're teams that are fighting for promotion. He got promoted last season. He's a player that can fit in that sort of mould. But there is a very good point that it could fairly significantly hamper our move for Archer, just because they're both attacking players for Southampton, and Southampton now might not be getting Ings in, which keeps things even more complicated. Yeah, it's bizarre, is what I'm going to call it. It's like, I'm just going to check transfer marked and see what that's got down for any ongoing rumours. Does it have anything to do with Leeds? Let's be honest, we all know that no one's going out. Like, I built up a little bit of like thumbnail clickbaitiness. I apologize for this one, by putting Gnonto and Boba and going out ? The correct way of doing that is out, no, because they're staying. Let's be completely clear, that one isn't in question for me. What up, baby zebra? How it be, how it be. Join for the bad boy hairstyle. I am a bad boy. That felt weird. Getting don't go to bed just yet vibes from today. Yeah, I don't enjoy that fact. It's becoming increasingly, maybe something happens, but as things are growing, it's starting to feel less the case. No, there's not a copyright-free version of Le Marseillaise in case we do sign someone. Shit. Squad's full of lovely people. If even want to bogle, no room for knobheads in the dressing room. Yeah, I like. From everything we've seen, everyone in the dressing room seems pretty damn sound, and that is a good place to be. So that's why I think following the pattern of sign good people that can also play football is something that is just going to be good for us to continue to do, because it keeps us safe and sound, and it means that there aren't any like significant threats or anything. Yeah, he won't be. Let's be completely clear on that one. That's not happening. Connor Chaplin would be a good move. He isn't getting much game time and on a loan deal. I'll have a look. Connor Chaplin. I don't know. It'd be a reasonable fit based on how he did last season, but he's also not playing that much. Maybe. Yes, this is one that I noted yesterday when I was doing my big old list of all of the flights that are coming into Leeds Bradford today, with Bournemouth being the only one that's got a question mark on it. Because it was like, what's this? And then I asked around, and apparently it's just a business flight. It doesn't admittedly look like the like company that we typically hire for the private jet stuff. But you never know. And it's not just coming in from Bournemouth, it is going to Bournemouth and then coming back within like a 2-hour period. So it's very odd. Is Geordie Road want to play for the Mackhams? That's also a very, very good question. Why do you think we need a striker when we're the league's top scorers? Wouldn't a goalkeeper be more important? No, because I don't think we concede enough shots for the goalkeeper to be an issue. If we were a side that was conceding vastly more shots and there was like capacity to make a goal conceding mistake every 2 or 3 games? Sure. But we don't concede enough shots for that to be a priority, in my opinion. I think we're a little bit solid enough at the back for that to not be the biggest concern that we've got at the minute. And I think cover for Aronson, for me, is the main issue that we need to deal with. But if it doesn't quite work out, then it doesn't quite work out. I hope they don't make us wait till 11 p.m. again. I think they will, if anything does happen. And I will be streaming at 11 p.m. anyway. And remember, we have the choice of music for what happens depending on what happens. We have our little funeral. Or if things do go right. This is different to what I expected, but I'll let it play in the background. Are there even any credible links feels like it's a dead end? It's starting to increasingly feel that way. Yeah. But you know what? We keep going, we keep discussing it, we keep having these conversations, and we keep hoping that there's deals. So we'll find out. I could edit the file that I've already got, which should be a quick enough job, so I might do that later. We'll find out. Yeah, I think it's a job that needs to be done at some point, but that time to do the job, in my opinion, is the summer, rather than right now. Ipswich are after the West Brom keeper, are they? It's a weird one. Okay, so this little... That's not the bit that I know from the William Tell overture, so that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, we're in a weird spot. Yeah, no, we don't change the keeper at this point. Not been this disconnect from a January window like this year since we knew pretty early nothing will change. Yeah, it was looking like if anything does happen, it'll be small and minimal. Also, if you're just popping into the stream, pop a like on it. That'd be much appreciated. It'd be absolutely wonderful. Can you do a flight sim as if you're the pilot? Deadline day content is all we need. The slight shame about that is I don't have a flight stick or anything like that, which is a little bit of a shame. Wouldn't be a very good simulator if you've not got like the rudders and stuff. But if something does happen, it'll be a case of watching it along. Use the 1812 overture. I don't know if there's a copyright-free version of that. Is the only issue. What have we got? Oh, there is one. The issue is it's a 16-minute long version, and it's a banger, to be fair. I'll give it the credit it deserves. But it would be it'd be a case of I need to edit it down a touch. But it is a tune. I do respect that. It's a good shout. Maybe we should start putting the 10 on Saturday. If it works, then perfect. If not, then we're just taking the piss out of Millwall. I like the thinking. It's a very good idea. Oh, that was a fun hiccup. It's a very good idea. Pilot hat needed. The closest thing I've got to a pilot hat is my Leeds members hat that I dropped on the floor a while back and lost. So it's a little bit fluffy, but this could be a pilot hat, right? This maybe. It has completely faffed with the camera's color correction settings, which I get it. Like, this is a wild color to go for. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream in a minute, just so you're all aware. But I'm going to ask you all a very quick favor. I'm going to redirect you all over to Matty of Imagine Not Being Like, holy shit. Thank you very much, Christopher Spofford Chapel, for the 20 gifted memberships. Wow. Okay. As usual, I'm going to list who they went to. So it was Will, Chris Walker, Diggler TC, Brian Cantley, Rockumentaries United, Snipe.Genius, Hank Wyman, Ryan LUFC, Mark Hodgson, Nikki LUFC, 8823, Fergal Kelly, Pete Booth, Blind Stag Astro, Noel. And there's going to be more to come. Oh dear. Roland Blunt, The Unambiguous, No Peru, No Party, PS, Natalie K, Milky LUFC GB, Cy D, or I'm going to call you Sid. Holy, thank you very much, Chris. That is obscene. I really, really appreciate that. I hope you have a good night too, Jack. It'd be absolutely lovely. Popo's the assist king. I think trying him out as a 10 could bring out the best of him. He gets those assists by hugging the touchline, is the thing. But you've also got the situation where when he's playing out as a left back, you deserve it. Oh, thank you. But you also have the thing of when he's playing out on a left back kind of role, it allows the winger to drift in a little bit, so they're like a quasi 10 kind of thing. We are in insane territory if we're saying Firpo should be the 10, though, to be fair. He does play for his country at times, though. Archer really pushing, apparently. Ooh. I'll keep an eye on it when I'm off stream, but I'm going to stop the stream now, get a little bit of lunch, and I'll pop back on in a couple of hours' time. What I am going to do is I'm going to redirect you all over to Imagine Not Being Leeds. This would be absolutely fantastic if you could go over there and say hello, because I don't think you will have had a raid of this size before, which is great. What I would recommend we say and spam is something along the lines of this, because based on the music from today, we are now Joe Blackburn's Can army. So just imagine dozens of us going over there spamming Joe Blackburn's Can army. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the stream to a close there. We're not doing pigeons this time. We're going nuts. I hope you enjoyed this stream. If you did, pop a like on it, subscribe, become a member if you're not. I'd be surprised if you're not, because Chris is a fantastic guy. What time is the actual deadline? 11. So I'm going to be streaming a bit before that and then through that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you over on the Imagine Not Being Leeds channel, and I will see you later. Toodaloo.